Welcome back. It's High Tech with X. So the moment's at hand. It's time to build the editing rig. I will be building in the Phanteks Evolv X, which I featured in my previous video. Everything you see here will be used in some form or another. We're going to be building on the motherboard, the X470 Aorus Gaming 7 Wi-Fi board, which is not the X570 motherboard, which is premier, but I don't really need the PCIe 4.0. But we're also going to use the Ryzen 9 processor, which is built and designed around creators. So, hey, perfect processor, and I'm excited. So let's start building already. And I'm also going to use for a second mode of storage. This one's not a 1 terabyte, however, this is going to be a 256 drive. And this one's featured by Seasonic. I've been kind of curious on its performance, so I decided I would check it out and decide whether or not I'm going to use this brand to replace. In the future, maybe I'll do a 1 terabyte for it as well. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. There we go. So on this board, it featured this sort of heat sink, and flash drives are a little weird. The NAND likes to be a little bit warmer so that its performance increase, while on the other hand, the controller likes to be cool. So what we find is that the hotter the controller gets, the more it starts to thermal throttle the performance of the M.2. So these heat sinks that Gigabyte is including is meant to assist in that matter. All right, so we got the M.2s in. So, how about we install some RAM? This RAM is some Trident Z. Because I used to have in the build that predated this one that we're performing, some 3000 speed RAM, but Ryzen 3, or well Zen 2, but this Ryzen 3 processor, Ryzen 9 processor, has been known to perform very well with 3600 RAM. And basically that's a little bit about how Zen prefers speedy RAM because the Affinity fabric. So I chose to upgrade the RAM as well. And these some RGB, which will add a little bling to it. So basically want to clip these back. Since we are going to fully populate this, the RAM slots, you know, it really won't matter, but if you only were going to populate it with one, then it's okay if you only put it wherever you want as according to motherboard manual. But for dual channel configuration, there's usually a channel A and channel B, and then you have to figure out what is supported for your motherboard to ensure that dual channel configuration is maintained. But for this case, it's not a concern for us. And notice how each time we insert a RAM stick, Both of these retracting arms lock in place. That's just to basically let you know that they're seated, and they also will retain the RAM so they don't fall out. So once you hear that nice little clicking sound, you can move on. Moving on to the star of the show. Probably should have brought a knife over here. Cut some of these stickers. The star of the show, ladies and gentlemen. The Ryzen 9 3900X. It includes a nice cooler, the Wraith cooler, which is a stock cooler, but we're not going to use that today. We're going to be using the H1159 from Coursera, which should give us a little bit better performance than the stock cooler. As you can see, I already have the mounts there, so we don't have to pull off the default mounts that come in. So the Ryzen chip has a special golden triangle here, which you align it as well on your motherboard. And you basically just let it fall in. And once it falls in, just go ahead and close the lever. Evolv X comes with an accessory kit. That most cases come with their own specific kit, screw set. So you kind of want to use those. Board is in. So what I get is I screwed in these screw holes as featured here, and basically what we're connecting it to is its standoffs, because if the motherboard was to touch the metal frame without the standoffs, then the motherboard was short to the frame, which is definitely not ideal. All right, moving on. And it's complete. Now it's ready to be inserted into the case. So that's done. The cooler has been installed, as you can see here. It's been mounted to the computer, and it's even been connected to the back. So what's next now is we're going to install the power supply. It's a modular power supply, so we're going to run the sleep cables first. So the power supply has been inserted, and I've connected the Wi-Fi. So it's done, it's complete. I'm pretty excited now.